What is up guys, my name is Soars, and this is an interesting video because this is the first commentary gameplay that I'm uploading to Revive. I mean, we'll see if it gets uploaded, but either way this will be on my own channel. So to those of you who are on my own channel, hello to you guys, and for those of you who are on Revive, if this gets uploaded, hello to you as well. But you may or may not be able to work out, depending on whether you can read or not, that from the title, that is, that this is going to be kind of the episode 1 of my kind of tutorial series on how to complete the co-op missions on hard difficulty. So this is the very first one. I have to admit this isn't particularly troubling, so this commentary is not strictly necessary, but I'm going to roll with this anyways, because I'm sure the people on my own channel would, well, it's not that they'd like to hear from me, it's more that I need something to upload, and I'd rather not just upload standard commentaries all the freaking time. It gets a bit dull doing that. So I'm already dead, so you may or may not see this as a sign that I'm shit. I don't really care either way what you think, but this is the first mission. I believe it's called Operation Exodus, and you start off basically. My friend's down now, so we're even. I made it up to him, but the first mission you have to basically defend I think you have to I think a base basically is being evacuated, and there are some. They call them gun vehicles or something, but they're basically Humvees, and they're right behind you, and you have to protect them from oncoming onslaughts from the north and west sides. So right off at the start, you get attacked from the north side. So all these enemies that you see shooting at me are coming from the north side. Basically, what I like to do is at the beginning, I like to grab the M249 from downstairs. Bear in mind that I switch it out for it doesn't really matter which one you swap it out for. You can swap it out for either your M16. I guess this is the A3 M16. Or you can switch it out for your Javelin, but if you swap it out for your Javelin, you need to make sure you pick that up a little bit later on when the tank, the light to medium-ish tank, comes down the center of the north road. And also there's another tank later on that comes down the west that somehow manages to squeeze itself through that hole. Yeah. I do realise how awkward that just sounded, but I'm going to roll with this anyways, because I don't really want to do this commentary over. So at the moment, enemies are still coming in. There's the tank, so that's my signal to grab a grenade launcher. But either way, my friend here who's playing these co-op missions with me is born Dutchy warrior, or Dutchy to most people who are not doing a commentary over onto YouTube, and that was a complete and utter miserable fail. I don't know what that was about, but
alright, you're looking good.
one of my tips, let's say tips, because I want to make myself sound as though I know what I'm doing, even though I clearly don't. And now Dutchy's dead as well. This is going well. Always play, in my view, with either a guy that you can trust, or a guy who has a microphone. There's one of the later missions which I will post up later on, either on my channel or on Revive, or both, or whatever. One of the later missions is called Exfiltration. Most of you have probably already played this, but this video is more aimed towards the kind of beginners that are having trouble with the co-op missions, and maybe trophy hunters amongst you and that kind of thing. But Exfiltration, basically, when you're on hard, the best way to get through it, in my view, especially if you're going for the trophy, which states that you have to do exactly what I'm about to explain. You want to go through the beginning of the mission, like there's 2 enemies and you have to go right, you take left, I'll take right, 3, 2, 1, go, that kind of thing. That's kind of necessary. And here we go. Here comes the next onslaught from the west side. If you're looking to not lose vehicles, and I know that there is a trophy for that, so hence why I'm mentioning it. if you're going to do them at the same time as the hard playthrough, you need to make sure you have one guy covering that RPG. So I'll highlight it right now, but you see where I'm aiming at right now. There you go. That's where the RPGs come there every so often. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 of them during the Western assault by the enemy. You need to make sure that you take them out, otherwise they will basically rip your vehicles to shreds, as I'm attempting to help out my friend who's down again. This was kind of I think this was my very, very first playthrough of the campaign, the co-op campaign, so forgive me for being slightly awful right off the bat as I pick up that thing. So there you go. Another RPG has come to the exact same spot that I shot the last one from, and he took out 2 of the vehicles. I think it's 2 of the vehicles. On the next stage you get those 2 vehicles back, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but it is nice to have the vehicles. So that's something to bear in mind when you play this through. I mean, my gameplays aren't perfect, so you will find situations in my gameplays where I do something on screen, but I tell you to do the complete opposite. It's just the way walkthroughs kind of work sometimes, I guess. I mean, I don't really know because I've never done walkthroughs before, but I'm going to assume that's the case because I'm going to do it no matter what happens. Again, they're still coming from the west end side, so I've decided I'm going to noob tube all the cars to blow them to smithereens, blow them up, and then they'll explode and kill everyone around them. At least that's the theory. Double kill. Sooner or later, from the west side, which is where obviously the attacks are coming from the west side now rather than the north side. A tank comes through, which is when you need to get your javelins back out. There it is. There's the bitch. Unfortunately, I don't know whether I still have my javelin. No, I don't. I have this dodgy sniper. Hopefully, Dutchie can take it out. I don't really know. What happens in this gameplay, I've forgotten since I made up this commentary. But I'll pick up the javelin. Am I picking up the javelin? Am I going to pick up the javelin? Yes, I am going to pick up the javelin. By there, Dutchie's already taken care of it. That's just kind of good to have friends with you. The reason why I say play with someone who you know. It's good to have friends with you who you can sort of trust to cover you and cover your back and revive you when you need it, and not be complete scrubs half the time. Another thing, if you don't have anyone that has Battlefield 3, which that you know on PSN or Xbox Live or on PC, which I find unlikely because, you know, Battlefield 3, I expect most gaming people will be getting Battlefield 3. Obviously, it's been out in the States for 5 days, UK for 2, although I got it a day early, so I've had it for 3. But honestly, you want to make sure on this base that you go up onto that building right there, the low one, the 1-story one. I'm looking at the sky because I'm looking for this chopper. But you see, I'll point it out to you when I get back into view as I get confused by a chopper or some shit like that. I don't really know. I'm guessing that the chopper. So I'm amazed by things that rotate. Anyways, that 1-story building there, you generally want to go up onto that building because it's a good vantage point. It has a lot of cover up here. It also has, most importantly, an ammo crate. So if you're using either a sniper rifle, I don't really like the sniper rifles all that much, but if you're using a sniper rifle, as I am here, or an M249 or something like that, then the ammo crate is very useful because you tend to, on this map, there are lots of enemies, so you tend to expel ammo quite a lot. So you want to have that ammo crate nearby just so you can resupply when the need arises. So on this particular section, as Dutchie gets himself killed in an awful position. Oh wow! If you want to get yourself killed, please try to do it behind cover instead of in the middle of the road like this. But certainly don't revive like this because this is on hard, as I've already mentioned. But hey, this is on a hard difficulty, and my friend is down again already. Flipping heck! What is wrong, Dutchie? Seriously? Do you have to die so much? I mean, I know I'm not the greatest player, and this was on the first day that I had this game. I'm pretty sure of that. But I'm not that good at it, but either way, I'm just please stay alive. I couldn't care less where you stayed alive. Just stay alive, but just only die behind cover. Either way, carrying on, the enemies come from the left at first on this map, right, on this part of the mission, but then they start to come from the right hand side, and then they come from the closer right hand side, and my bipod's doing some trickery and preventing me from shooting that guy, but Dutchy's got him. I think the game started freezing, but I don't know. They continuously come from the left, and then they start to come from the right after that. So from the far right, you want to make sure that you've got cover on them, so you can take out as many of them while they're still kind of running across open ground to get into position. Also, you might have heard that just now. There's an RPG. He changes depending on the mission playthrough, because the co-op missions have some random variables within them. But he's either on that right-hand building there, on the second or third level, or he's on that top level on that central building. As I changed my sensitivity here because I really can't shoot for shit at the moment. So you want to make sure you take that RPG out, especially if you are going for, guess what, the trophy for, or achievement or whatever, for not losing a vehicle, because the RPGs are probably the biggest threat to your vehicles. I think they do more damage than the tanks do. So Noob Tube the tank, Dutchy's got the javelin, so that's why I'm noob tubing it rather than getting out a javelin, because I think there's a javelin around the ammo crates around the back. But anyway, all the enemies have now been taken out. Enemies come from the close right hand side after you take out that tank. But generally what they say as I take out that RPG, do I take them out? Yeah, I do. What happens basically is they start to come from the close right hand side. You want to kind of pick off a few of them, and then eventually you'll get the order to move out. So as soon as you've taken out enough enemies like that, I don't know whether that's related to the number of enemies at all, in fact, but I just know that eventually when the enemies come from the close right hand side after you've taken the tank, you have to move out to the back with mortars spraying all around you. Don't worry, I don't think they can kill you. And then you just basically run up to the chopper, get in the chopper, and enjoy your XP towards your co-op weapons, the unique co-op weapons. So me and Dutchy riding off together into the darkness or the sunlight, depending on which way you look at it, in this chopper, Noob Tube celebration. Hope you found this helpful.